the child that's withdrawn, I got a horse for you. I got a horse back there just like you. These two beings hook up and they are bouncing off each other.
When you're with a horse, you're usually outside, you're with nature, there's so much to take in. The horse is such a loving individual. You find your ability to de-stress. So this has been a benefit now more than ever, and it's increasing each day. We have all kinds of individuals coming, families that are coming, because again, the pandemic did affect everyone. So here we have these wonderful, majestic animals that can provide us a sense of calm, a sense of being, and lessen our anxiety and lessen our stress. So yeah, the numbers here have increased dramatically for equine-assisted psychotherapy, and I think they will continue to increase.
Traditional, historical racism has not ever ceased. We're looking at the urban centers and its historical problems: poverty, unemployment, health care, poor educational systems. Poverty has its own sets of traumas. So these children had not been in an area of freedom, if you will, mental or physical, prior to the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, what little areas they had of respite, social interactions with each other, playing basketball, sports, stopped. And so we overlook children so much. You know, we concentrate on the parents, we concentrate on workplaces. These kids suck this stuff in, it shut them down, and now they're exploding.
On my level, I think we've been seeing in kids, and I think everybody in general, we've been seeing significant increases in anxiety and depression. We've been seeing increases in domestic violence because people are now confined to home, and this is stressful. I think for people of color also being exposed to the racial trauma and the police brutality, I think that's another piece that's gonna affect people's psychological well-being. Again, these things weren't caused by the pandemic, but they've been exacerbated by it.
No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace!
As a clinician, one of the most natural and holistic components I've found to be successful is individuals finding their natural soothers, the things that calm them down naturally, something that's giving them love back, where it's a fluid engagement amongst each other, where they can calm down together, and the individual will demonstrate that I care for you just as much as you care for me. That has been the most successful methodology that I've seen, is individuals locating their natural soother that helps them to ease the angst that grows inside of us.
Traditional psychotherapy doesn't necessarily work for everybody, right? The talk therapy, where you go in the office and you talk to someone. One of the benefits about horses is horses read your internal or energy state, right? So use the horse as a tool to maybe read or gauge what's going on with the client. We're not riding a horse, we're just using it as a tool to work with the person. So like, for instance, you're feeling angry. That horse is gonna sense that, is gonna maybe be like, okay, I'm not gonna be bothered with this person today because there's something going on. But it's a guide for me to know, okay, what's going on? How are you feeling?
Talk to him, breathe. You're not breathing again. Breathe, deep breaths. Deep breaths, a couple more. There you go, you see how he's slowing down?
The horse that I had out today is Rocky.
aka rock star. He is one of our therapeutic horses. He is also one of our riding lesson horses, and he's a horse that is very in tune with his rider. He's very prone to picking up the individual's energy level, and he'll instantly mirror that. You see now he's collecting himself. His head is lower. As you relax, he's relaxing. He's licking and chewing. That means he's comfortable, he's relaxed, because you are. Remember, you guys are synced.
They're prey animals and we're predators. All right, so they're naturally suspicious of us. And there's two things I think is important for a client that is seeking equine therapy. One is that it's a diagnostic tool. The other part of it is that it gives the individual a diversion to bring their energy toward this horse in the brushing of this horse, in the walking with this horse. It helps to bring down some of the anxiety, some of the stresses that they have. They're petting the horse, and it's actually lowering blood pressure and all of those things. And this works extremely well for people who are tremendously traumatized, and they can't tell you exactly why. The horses are there to kind of open the door, and that person, after a period of time, this is no zap theory, is able to get down deep enough to see why I'm angry.
Traditional therapy, would start out in the room, one-on-one, across from each other, and you'd still have an individual that can't sit still, that's demonstrating some anxiety, that has some energy balled up inside of them. And then we come outside and we introduce the horse, and it's a whole different presentation. They're in awe about the horse, and then they're in awe about how they calm down because the horse is presenting a level of calmness as well. So it's fluid, it goes both ways. So that's how that works. It's really nice to see.
With trauma work, right, it's a lot of people don't want to do the work because sometimes it's reliving the trauma and reprocessing it, and it's difficult. So I see the horses similar like when I'm working with kids, because I was a child therapist for many, many years, and so I would play a game with them. It allowed them to kind of relax. We're not going right in talking about what we need to talk about, and then at some point you build a therapeutic relationship, because that's the key thing. If you have a strong therapeutic relationship, you can do a lot of great work, right? So you want to build that relationship. The horse will aid me in doing that with them.
With the child that's withdrawn, I got a horse for you. I got a horse back there just like you. For the one that's like all over the place, I got a horse for you. I got one that's just like you. And those two entities, these two beings, species, hook up and they are bouncing off each other.
I've seen some wonderful things happen here with this particular horse, with Pegasus. I've seen with young adults and older people that have actually changed their temperature of anxiety or stress after a session. So it's beautiful, right? Right, Guy?
Connecticut, at one point in time, had arguably the best public mental health system in the country.